Hello, good morning YouTubers. How are you guys today doing? Today I'm gonna talk about metallic roofing and the question is metallic roofing is suitable for my house or my company? Is it professional? Can I actually install metallic roofing on top of my shingle roofing? Those type of questions I'm gonna answer today. Bear in mind that I'm not a roofing expert, nor a supervisor, nor an advisor. So these are just my personal experience, and I'm gonna talk about it today regarding this church that I'm fixing the roof for today. Again, I'm a small contractor. It's not an advice about what to do. It's just what I have dealt with. So this roof is the roof here is a 40 years warranty roof that I got from Barry's Tin Shop. It's in Texas, and they provided this type of roofing the color you want, and it's a kind of professional grade, I believe. This is not nailed right just yet. It was just laid with just few nails, but as you see, it was laid, or I laid it on top of the shingle roof that existed before. And of course I started with the edges, which are optionals. You can buy or just not use, but they're an extra layer of protection. And what you see here is those shingles, or the wood all across this building, was messed up. So we had to change all the surrounding here in terms of wood. Along with this side here, it was all messed up and leaking downstairs. So anyway, this wood was changed, and then we put sheets of underlayment, and then we started laying sheets. It was a process. Anyway, does it work on top of your shingles? The answer is it depends, but for the most part, yes. So shingles, in this case, they will provide an extra layer of insulation in terms of sound. When it rains on metals, you know what happened. You got so this is an extra piece of noise protection, and then on the other hand, it will also relieve some of the heat that is supposed to go down to the house. So this is a good insulation too, if you think about it. But how good is your shingles? How good is your decking? That's all to be considered when you try to lay sheets here. You want to make sure this is real solid. Wherever you're stepping, you need to be able to feel that it's real solid, that you can jump on it without feeling that this is, does have a leak somewhere. If it had a leak somewhere, odds are you have to change the wood that's, in the decking, or whatever. You want to make it solid. You want to fix the wood. Don't try to save money on that, because sooner or later when you step on these metallic sheets, you'll feel it, you will pay for it. But anyway, that's how this project looks right now. For this project, you need a nibbler so you can cut easily and smoothly. And not only that, but if you don't use a nibbler, and say you use a grinder or something, then this is gonna create friction in this case, and this is gonna rust. So make sure you use a proper nibbler when you want to cut your metallic sheets. And another thing is, don't overscrew your metallic sheets, because when that happens, you are going to make a potential leak down the line. Like some of mine might be over tightened, but this is the ideal way. It's not supposed to leave a mark in the metallic sheet. Like don't over tighten these. And if you do like what I did, you need to change your you need to change the catch of your lug nuts because I've got few like this one here. The paint did get peeled off, which is not a good idea because they'll rust. So I'm gonna have to spray them with the with the proper color, just to keep this from rusting in the near future. That's a little bit of what's going on here today. I'll keep you guys posted. See you. Talk to you later. And here's another day on the roof. Still laying sheets. I'm gonna have to get my nibbler and cut these sheets to align them with the other ones. Uh, just uh, just forgot to mention also that the very first sheet you lay is the most important sheet, because according to this one, all these sheets are going to be aligned or not aligned. Yes, I believe I've got 1 or 2 more days to wrap up this work. And here is the today was the last piece here installed. So so I really have to remind you that every time you cut or you drill a hole, you really have to clean up all the debris that comes with drilling a hole, or when you cut. um, all these have to be blown away, because some people say even if they stay overnight, they will create erosions on the metallic sheet. And also, like in my case, when I was installing, I ended up scratching some of these panels like here, which I have to buy a spray paint that will match this color, uh, so I can do some touch up on there. And at the same time, when I installed some screws like this one here, um, or like this one here, I mean, in fact, these are look good, but sometimes the screws are a little scratch and the paint is a little off. It's also recommended that we repaint those before we leave this metallic roof for some long time. And also, it's recommended that you pressure wash your metallic roof, maybe once a year or something. All right, I guess next time I come here, I'm gonna have to put these silicone these to the pole, and so for the leak here, and also I have to do the ridge caps all along this place. And here is how this is looking right now. I placed the caps like this, just in the middle of everything, of the middle here. I'll try to see if I can show you. This is here where both ends connect, and I just placed it, but it's not screwed up real good yet. But I'm gonna show you how this looks now. Um, it's kind of how it looks now. I almost fully screwed this section here, but I have to put a lot of screws here still and here. And also, um, there is some mistakes that I've done. Um, if you see here, my cuts were not so good. Like this one, for example, is good, but this is not good. This is not good. So if I place the regular cap in here, it will almost be touching the edges, which is gonna be risky because it may let the water seeps through. You see how this is gonna be kind of like this. and over there still the same issue. So for that, to fix this mistake, I had to go back to dairy stand shop and where I bought this roof, and they saved my life. They provided bigger caps that looks like this, and I'm gonna have to use those instead. You basically can cut it to 1, 2, 5, 10 inches. Use just whatever you want. They're kind of heavy, but they are going to save my mistake, and this way I don't have to replace the whole sheet for that. And before I go ahead and place those, I decided to use a bottle of water and and clean this up, because metal is not so great. It does have some dirt on it, just like what you see now. So I'm gonna clean this all around and then place those. Now trying to cut this one now with a small knife. This one looks ready now. This is how it's gonna be looking. And now be a little more generous with the silicone. I'm gonna add the silicone layer right around here and in here, and then put the cap back on top. This one will be ready this way. Now this last cap is gonna be a little bit tricky because it's gonna go through the pole, the electric pole, and for that, this is what we're using. I had to cut the top to about like 2 inches. This is how thick that's gonna be, and it's gonna be installed like this and zipped like that. So so the bottom part's gonna be um, it's gonna be facing the outside of the building, just like that. And over here, there's like 4 zips that's gonna go through, and that's how they look. So they'll go from one end to another, they'll zip it. So I'm gonna add some silicone here now, put it and then screw it down there, put the zips all around it, and then add silicone to the top side of it too before this one is ready. And now this is how this looks today. I'm gonna have to add one more cap right there. Just painted it downstairs. I'm gonna have to install it there. And over here, you see where this one here connects to the other end. And I was just thinking, if the wind blows bad, the water may sneak in here because of the wind and then get under the metallic sheet over here. I don't know if you can see it, but it will eventually sneak underneath and then maybe cause damage or something, and that's something I didn't want to. So I'm gonna add a layer. That's what I bought for this. I want to add these pieces. I cut these accordingly, and all you have to do is sneak this in here like this, flip it like this, and then this here I got this from Amazon. It does have a real strong stick to it, and if you want to pull it out, you really can't pull it out anymore. You see how strong this is. And I'm assuming I'm gonna add this here. Again, you can get this from Amazon. It was, I think, $1 a foot. And just this is how this looks. And I'm gonna add this all along this cap, and my roof will be almost ready. That's how it looks now, and I hope you guys like it, and I hope it's gonna last for years to come.